Today I'd like to talk about a movie that seems to be going under the radar and not a lot of people know about, and that's Targets. Targets is directed by Peter Bogdanovich, and it's one of his lesser known films, and he seems to be more well known for Paper Moon and The Last Picture Show, and Targets was his first film. Targets tells the story of Orlok, who is an aging horror star played by Boris Karloff, and one of the reasons that Targets is significant is that it's Boris Karloff's last film. And something else that's significant is that it often seems when watching it that Boris Karloff is essentially playing himself. Not in a bad way, but it seems that the character Orlok is essentially supposed to be Boris Karloff. As many moments in the film, they'll play moments from Boris Karloff's actual films, such as Criminal Code. This sort of blur the line between reality and fiction. And Orlok is fed up with the horror genre. He feels that it's not scary anymore to wear a mask. What's actually scary is the horrors of the real world. And that's only part of this film. The other part deals with the story of a seemingly normal man that goes on a homicidal rampage killing all these people. And it's disturbing because of just how normal and mild-mannered he seems. A scene that sticks out to me is when he guns down his mother as well as his wife in a very sudden act of violence that up to this point you really didn't see in the 60s, which is another reason that this film is very special. This film does have a few bit of problems I noticed when watching it, especially when watching it on the Criterion Blu-ray. For instance, there are a number of sound issues, which is to be expected with it being an older film, but the audio at times can be kind of scratchy to the point where you can't really identify what they're saying. The ending also, not to give anything away, left some things to be desired. It didn't feel completely conclusive, and if you've seen the film, you probably understand what I'm talking about. Other than that, though, I feel that Targets is a very solid film that embraces the new age horror and in a way is saying goodbye to the universal monsters age of horror of putting on a mask to scare people. And this film says that the most terrifying thing is reality. And there's even a scene in the film in which Orlok is looking at a newspaper and he says, "You want horror? This is horror." And it's recounting all the various murders that the other character in the film has partaken in. So I think that Targets is a very strong film, but there are a few issues that set it aside from being perfect for me, so I'm going to give it a B+. But I strongly recommend everyone to watch it.